There's our last wet spot. Look at that soup right there. I think I ought to just stay out of that. Yep, we ought to just stay out of that. We are just plowing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yep. I'd say we're done. I gotta go film this intro to this video. So since last video was getting longer on me and decided to cut this one up into 2 videos, which you guys will see that we do finish up planting in muddy conditions, but we have not actually shown you pretty much all spring what the oats look like. And the oats look like oats. They're belly button tall. I think they could probably maybe be in the dough stage, starting to turn a little bit. And if we're lucky enough to miss rains and everything else, they might continue to stand for us. That'd be nice. Yeah, milky dough stage. So these guys are probably a couple weeks out from going, but the oats sure do look pretty. So we'll be harvesting those and hopefully putting up straw again this year into 3x3 bales. That's the best way that we found to handle them, and we enjoyed those, or enjoyed dealing with them that way. But also in this video, as we piece it together for you, we ended up having audio issues with one of the cameras, so it wasn't working at all a couple of times in there. So maybe you'll hear a little voiceover, and you know, working on my voice acting career. Hello. No, I'm just joking with you. But anyways, to start this video off, I actually found footage from my old phone, I found footage from my phone that finished out last one's video that kind of makes sense about how things kind of tick together, because we caught rain actually planting this corn that's right up here. Well, 9:45, 53-ish, 54 acres in, clipping along. But we've got some thunderheads off there to the northwest. We're gonna see if those roll in. Not sure what I should do. Push or go to bed. Radar kind of looks like it might miss us tonight, and I'm thinking I'm probably gonna quit. Like, where I'm going next is not a fun in the dark field. It is knobs, hills, tight turns, trees, backing into corners. All kinds of stuff like that. Not stuff you want to see in the dark. So I'll see you guys in the morning, first thing. Turns out it rained that night, but it actually didn't rain up in Mahaska County, so we ended up taking off to go to the soybeans up there. That is in a different video, so that's in the next video. And oh yeah, I've got a script of trying to make sure that I got everything to lead you guys through this video, behind the scenes YouTubing. But there's also video of hiring Colt's S&S Soil Works to come out and actually soil sample the pumpkin patch. Did have some audio issues in there, so we're gonna miss some Coltisms. Darn. But a little bit to kind of show you kind of how we were soil sampling that. Turned out the fertility's pretty great on the pumpkin patch, which is good to see. When I was standing here in the oats, kind of made me think of something that every man's always wanted to do. Life goal. So soil sampling. Colt kind of shows you we have all the points laid out there. He grids out the points before he heads out to a field.
Then he knows where to go to and references it to the lab. He then goes out there and cores the dirt out with this pretty neat probe. It actually pops out a really big wedge of dirt comparatively to like what I've used for soil sampling probes in the past. So that was pretty neat to see. It allows them to collect, like, you got to get like a pound of dirt per sample to send in, and this was able to do it pretty darn quick.
I just want it to be known that this is possibly going to be the longest it's ever taken anyone in the history of soil sampling to pull 13 points. We've been at it for a hot minute now, and we've got 3 pulled.
So to show you guys something here, I don't know how well you can see it with the light we got going on, but these samples are like, one was right here behind us and the other one was 12 feet that way. No clay, clay. That's how fast it will change kind of around here.
Radius. So now that we've collected all of our samples into our bags, we are going to go mail them to the labs. So the white bags are going to one lab and the brown bags are going to obviously a different lab. So that is our next step in this adventure.
So all that gladiatoring made me hungry. So Molly and I are gonna stop to have breakfast. So if you're ever down in the Lake Rathbun area, stop at Brownie's 3Bs. It's a little bait shop at Bridgeview. Get yourself some breakfast and the legendary customer service that is Connie Brown. And then also the next part of our videoing is, oh yeah, I had some clips from when we worked on the electric fence around the apple trees. We were just using an oil field pipe, and I had the weld shop weld these loops on. This was not going to work the way that I wanted it to work, because what we were going to do was have, let me find an insulator here. So here's one that I actually wired on. Yeah, so you can move around and make the wires look weird. The other thing, they didn't put the loops where I wanted them to. They did, but they didn't. Like, they put it, so like top loop, and then they measured 16 inches, so 1.5 feet to this next top loop. And then they went to this, the bottom of that side, to 16. So instead of putting them 16 inches on center, they did it not how I wanted it done anyways. So the new plan is to basically, I went back to the shop, they're bending me some wires to go into that groove right there, and then we're going to be welding the insulators with the groove, holding it onto the pipe like that, at the right heights, making the installation stronger, better, and it will look way nicer. These here are the rings. They'll be going over the insulator. Will then get welded to the pole like that.
If anybody wants to volunteer to come do this, you're more than welcome.
You gotta hurry though. There's 3 poles left.
Pretty much done.
Well, we went and got the porch though. That's for sure.
That one's off, apparently that.
Which also, if you're in Centerville on a Saturday morning, you'll probably see us there, but we haven't missed one yet. Farmers market. Head on into the farmers market. It's not the biggest farmers market in the world, but there's a lot of good little stuff there, and it's growing every week. So we go and support the farmers market on Saturday mornings. So the next thing that we have with no audio is, well, actually no, it's not got, it has audio on this one, but Andrew's tarp job on some seed when we thought rain was coming. Rain didn't come, but he thought it was coming, and we did tillage. So there's this.
Morning. Okay, let's be honest. It ain't morning. It's like 1:30. 1:38 to be exact. So I'm supposed to do tillage here on this farm. Behind me. I've never done tillage on this farm. I've never been on this farm until I parked the tractor here last night. So that'll be fun. That'll be interesting. Ben's planting not too far away. We got the seed boxes empty, but we got bags on the back. We also have that coming at us. So that looks kind of imminent and threatening. Imminent was my word of the day. Pretty good one, didn't it? Anyway, so we got this. We're gonna try to cover that. Step one. With some degree of difficulty, I believe that's strapped down to withstand mild grade winds. Anyway, I did give it my best shot. So now we're gonna go fire up the quad track and probably get a phone call within 5 minutes saying I need something, so there's that. But anyway, I'm gonna try, see what we can get done here. Well, it's been a couple hours. I'm out here on this farm, just zippity-doing back and forth, getting some tillage done. This is an interesting farm. We'll just say it's interesting. There's lots of terraces, like that one right there, and that one right there, and that hillside up there. Very interesting. But we're getting her done, so if something exciting happens, you'll be the first to know about it, because I don't know about it yet.
After catching you guys up on all of that stuff, we go to do some pre-emergent spraying. Set me down, babe. And find out the Haggy boom is about to fall off. But if you wonder what we're doing right now, we're weeding pumpkins. We're going to try and spray some pre-emergent here, but one of our pins has come out of the Haggy. So we got it lined up. We just got to rotate it about 1/8 of a degree so we can put the bolt and pin it back in. Okay. We're not even a quarter of a hole off. Getting that pre-emergent down. I've got about 30 more acres to spray here, and then I'm roading back to hop back in the planter because I think we're ready to continue planting. Mother Nature will hold on and we'll finish. We'll finish and be done. I'm ready. But then we went to plant for that day, and you'll see, but it was, I got 8 acres in, and then I went and did like a 10-acre field, and man, that was just a slop job. So we quit at that point. We have a weary traveler. Kind of slow. Just muck underneath, like the stuff had been tilled before, which makes a nice seed bed, but the planter would like fall through, couldn't pull myself up hills, like all that issues. It's like if you kind of look at the stuff that I'm tilling right now, it's that same thing. Looks dry on top, but as soon as you break that crust, there's a lot of moisture. In some places it's not horrible. Other places, I've plucked the disc gangs on the VT here. So, gotta get it aired out here. We have, today is actually, I think Wednesday for us, and Andrew's calling me, better answer that. Wednesday, and I think we have until Friday evening to have everything planted. Got 160 acres of corn to go, so we might be able to make it. Hello. Okay, Molly's got to give me my script so I figure out where I'm at in my video in here. So Andrew took over tillage for me, but we have a little bit of audio issues, and the struggle with the tree is a little bit too good to not put in there, so we'll add that in. Well, Andrew's just about got that side of the road done. I'm starting here on this side of the road. If the planter's going to plant for me, or she's going to give me issues. Going to give me issues, go figure. Why is everything... Why would you not be spinning over there? Okay, got something going on, got to figure it out. It must not like something I did at startup. Just shut everything off, set it back on, or shut it back on, turn everything back on. Might not have programmed correctly or calibrated correctly. It does that every oddball now and then. So it just didn't like the left-hand side of the planter or the right-hand side of the planter for whatever reason. And I fixed it. Power side. Something that we looked at in soybeans with the Protivate was the seed flow, and that there's no difference in between the graphite and talc. Same thing with corn. The difference in between the two is there isn't a difference. It's planting and flowing the same on each side here. Just clipping right along, planting really nice. So seed flow, no issues with the Protivate. This is like the only 40 acres that I can do here today, unless my dad, where I live is no-till, and essentially my dad's corn. So he can choose when he wants that planted. So I'll either plant it tonight or tomorrow. It'd be nice to take it out tonight because that'd be another 45 acres. So basically it would be half done, and I'd only have to do like 80 acres tomorrow. But that's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 patches. You can math that. A lot of acres in a patch that way. Things are planting. Okay, but it'll at least be in the ground before June. That counts for anything.
So Andrew is preparing to tango with this tree limb that had fallen into the field here. This is an area that doesn't ever grow anything ever because of the trees, and the deer work this fence line so hard. But he's going to go out there and take care of it. Tries to move it all at once. Doesn't really work out so well for him. Really starts to pull on the tree limbs. He might be able to get it to move here. Still a little too stubborn. I think it was still pretty well, like, kind of attached in the bottom of the dirt, or the grass just grew up around it. But we're trying, and here we go. We'll just take off littler sticks. That's probably the better game plan. Yeet. One stumble away from a pretty viral clip right there. Still not doing so good, and if you read his lips, that was fun.
Well, hopefully that grows and the lake stays out of it. It did come up pretty fast when we were getting all that rain, but I think we're probably safe. Knock on wood. So after getting my corn was that all? No, not all my corn's planted at this point, but what I could plant for the day, I then went and planted zennias, which funny thing is I'm replanting zennias for the second time now, and I got a feeling I might be doing it for a third time too. These zennias are I gotta try and get oats to grow with them so that they keep the weeds out of it. And the last time I did this, I finished planting and then hayed, and it was supposed to rain and it never rained, and the water hemp came in, so we ripped it up and we started over again here, and we might do it again. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's a little windy. I don't know how well my zinnia spread. But that's what I went and did for the rest of that point, and then I get back into the planter to plant the 48 acres at my house, and that's where you guys get to here. A few hours later, back at it trying the no-till here. But I have a row 24 that's not planting. Plugged up here, but not plugged down here. Interesting. I'd say that's actually a first for me. That's probably not the best way to go about it. So I'll do the less fun thing and pull the seed tube. Maybe I was wrong. There's a little bit of mud in there. Wonder how that happened. It's kind of a rhetorical question. Yeah, it turns out you still need to not have dirt here, too. I didn't even back up this time. If you've ever backed up with your planter in the ground, you know you're in for a great time. We're clipping along. That thing's blinking. We got knobs for days on this farm. It's a fun one. Planting straight into the good old sun here. So 40 acres done. I think there's 48 here. 48, 50 or something along those lines. So we'll wrap this back up, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow morning to finish corn. That's no thing. So I have to get some bags of corn here, finish out. We've got something that we haven't paddled out about is probably 70 acres of corn left today. With it getting later like this, like 5 years ago, we had some issues with planting some longer season corn than cut an earlier frost, and the full plant did not mature, which caused quality issues with the corn. So we've decided, instead of risking that, we're gonna have wet corn anyways. Basically went from what I was gonna plant, which was 114-day corn, which is a really good maturity range for our area, down to this is 106-day corn, which is kind of like it's booting one hybrid that I wanted to see this year, which, what do you do? And we'll get along. So we're in our last knob of my corn. Old man's found herself a new spot. There's a little bit of an issue with this field here. There's the development's right there. This is the corn that got burned a couple years ago, 2 years ago, basically now. There's like a land berm here. Basically, they did something up there, then now I've got wet seeps that are expressing themselves like right through this area. So this is always kind of a fun adventure to see if I can actually get something planted here, or if I just get stuck. Like, we're spinning down the hill right now. Like, I think I need to skip that pass, but I can't really skip that pass because there's a wet pass over there. So I need to go down the hill there. So I'll skip one pass, come on over, we'll pick this one up. Hopefully this one rides above the next seat, and then I can come down the hill with that one. We'll find out if it works or not. Oh, I don't think we're gonna make this one. I don't think we're gonna get this one here planted. I think we're gonna pick the corn planter up. We are doing the mud deal there, bud. We're gonna call that as good as plants as it's gonna get. At least when Dad comes and sprays this for me, he'll be able to visually see where the wet spots are. And last pass of my corn, can't get too excited. Not done planting yet. I'm gonna go do 10 acres, 11 acres of custom work, and then plant some beans tomorrow morning, because this afternoon it's pumpkin planting day, which you'll use on the Patulator channel. So we're taking off. We got help coming to plant the pumpkins today before the rain comes in tomorrow night. Pre-emergent that we use needs the rain, so we're gonna have to go take care of that here this afternoon, which is fine. We'll get that done. It's 12 o'clock right now. Here's our last wet spot. Look at that soup right there. I think I ought to just stay out of that. Yep, we ought to just stay out of that. We are just plowing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yep. I'd say we're done. Clean that out a little bit if I can. Just drag the planter a little bit. Oh, right through another wet spot. Go figure. Usually it's like a bittersweet moment to be done planting. Usually like to plant some more, but good riddance this year. But I think that's where we'll end this video. You guys really don't need to come ride with me to go plant the last 10 acres of custom work. Might pick back up with you when we do some stuff tomorrow. Thanks for a messy spring. Bye. We're done with that script. Just kidding, I need to pick that up.